Thanks for listening to the AZ Wildcats podcast. I'm your host, Mike Luke, joined by the great Jason Shear. Hello, Jason Shear. How are you doing?
Hello, Michael. How are you?
All right. We have a lot to get to this show. We are going to talk a lot of things. We are going to talk about BBN. We're also going to talk about players on the team. Jedd Fisch doing some crummy little things that we shouldn't be at all surprised that Jedd Fisch is doing. Players that are sticking around. A little baseball talk. And what else should we get to? Oh, the meltdown that is occurring on the Wildcat Authority board over Henry Vasar. We will get to that, yes. And yes, Erica, I am not feeling the greatest in the world, but I will fight through. Okay, now, first and foremost, Cheer, the transfer portal is here, where it's time to go portaling. Everybody knows that right now there is... a lot of people are going to try to poach Arizona's roster, and the first and foremost is certainly Jedd Fisch. But right now, I feel comfortable about where Arizona is with the starters. Again, fluid, but when the fish swims upstream, sometimes you don't get exactly what you want.
Oh, look at you. That was good. Yeah, look, fluid, blah, 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 blah. I would say that as of now, the coaching staff does not anticipate losing any major pieces. Now everyone's going to go after those major pieces, but there's no indication that really any starter is leaving. Again, that could change, but from what I understand, from what someone, a coach told me, quote, we know we're going to lose some guys, but we're going to make it out of this thing just fine.
Yes, and that's all I care about. Again, no Fafita, T-Mac, we need you to stay. I would be stunned if they left, obviously. There's a variety of other players, and I will say this. There's some players on the team that I got to give a lot of kudos to. I don't know exactly how this is going to unfold, but there are players that have surrounding circumstances that are trying to get them to move on to Washington, and these players are staying strong, or player is staying strong. We very much appreciate what he's doing. He is backing the A.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many factors that people have to keep in mind. There's playing time, there's NIL. But, when we talk about NIL, like, it's not just players. Like, there's parents that want money too. And so if the schools are going to the parents and being like, hey, we're offering your kid this much money, sometimes the parents are going to be like, hey, we think you should transfer, even though the kid might not want to. Like, there's so many things that go on behind the scenes, and it's going to be really interesting starting tomorrow when the portal officially opens up.
Yes, it is going to be very interesting. But again, I want to talk to you a little bit about this here. Why in the world can't we do something about tampering in the portal? It is going on. Everybody knows it's going on with, you listen, somebody like Dud doesn't put that tweet out unless he is very, very sure about what he's saying. Javier Morales put the same thing out there. How do we get Jedd Fisch's grimy gills out of here?
I think the coaching staff is too nice. Basically, I was told we're going to take the high road.
No, don't take the high road. Take the low road.
And everyone knows that me and you, there is no high road. The lower the road, the better for Mike and I. Yeah. Right? But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if there is a way to stop it, right? Like, so you turn them in and then what? What was if they make the call from a burner? You know what I mean? Like, what was if they make it from a personal cell phone? Like, there's so many ways around it. What if I'm not calling the kid? I'm calling the parents. I'm calling the agent. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just where we're at.
Yeah, I do not like it at all. But I got to say, this team in Arizona, there is a lot of strong characters on this team. We very much appreciate all of this, Jason Shear. This is true.
Yeah, and look, I don't have anything against any kid that transfers. I really don't. I want to be clear. Like,
Ephesians Prysock was a dweeb the way he left.
Right. But let's be clear. Like, this is a business at this point. If a kid wants to transfer it, you may be disappointed, but I don't blame a kid. Like, who am I to tell a kid not to accept a $400,000 check? Like, what am I supposed to do? But there's ways to handle it and all that. And, if a kid transfers to Washington, be more mad at Jedd Fisch in Washington than the kid.
Right. I don't blame the kid for leaving. Now, the Prysock thing was crappy because you're trying to sell jerseys when you're leaving.
Right. That was stupid.
Yeah, then you're lying and saying, but again, players got to go where they want. But so far, so good. I feel pretty good about the starters maintaining. Again, a lot of things can happen. This is a fluid situation. Operative word fluidity, but so far, so good. And one other guy that I am surprised more people have not talked about is Jonas Savonaya. Jonas Savonaya could start anywhere he wants in the country. Jonas Savonaya could get a lot of money. Jonas Savonaya is also doing very well off the field, though, Jason. They're doing very well. This is
Look,
true.
I'll just say this: like, people ask me why Henry's not transferring. Henry's girlfriend is a very good softball player who is not bad looking, right? Jonas Savonaya is in love with a very good looking girl. Girlfriends play more of a role in recruiting than you can imagine. Like, well, like, we have seen kids choose schools because their girlfriend is there and they break up like 2 weeks later. Like, it's
Right.
the best thing. But there's so many guys, athletes, girls too, I'm sure, that choose because of a boyfriend or girlfriend.
Oh, speaking of which, Erica Day is in here. Erica Day getting into a lot of interesting shenanigans at Country Thunder, I'm sure. We will get to this in a second. But first, share the BetMGM Sportsbook app. The NBA playoffs are here. You are a New York Knicks fan, and the New York Knicks have the second seed in the listen, they're probably going to play the Heat in the first round, and they're going to lose.
Yeah,
But be
not
that as it
happening.
may, are you going to bet on the BetMGM Sportsbook app, Jason?
Yeah, I'm all in on the Knicks. What a great reward for being the 2. You get to play the Sixers or the Heat.
Yes,
How fun.
exactly. You deserve this. Okay.
Yeah.
Sign up for BetMGM. Use bonus code PHNX. Again, place your first BetMGM Sportsbook wager through the BetMGM Sportsbook mobile app for at least, let's see here, $10. You'll receive up to $1,500 of bonus bets if the bet loses. Check out the show notes for details. All kinds of really, really good stuff with the BetMGM Sportsbook app. Sheer, I am going to parlay this. I am going to back the Suns. I think the Suns are going to beat the Timberwolves as a 6-3. And then I also believe that whoever plays the Knicks will win. There we are, Jason Shear. There's my parlay.
Is that really what you bet? Whoever plays the Knicks will win?
Nah, it's just if it's the Heat, because I think the Heat will definitely beat the Knicks.
I got the Warriors over the Kings.
Okay.
And they'll play on game what is that, tomorrow?
Yes.
I'm all about that.
Oh, the playing games were fantastic.
I love the playing games.
Hey, by the way, does my voice sound really different?
You sound like crap, Mike.
Do I sound like crap?
Yeah. You really
Erica,
don't.
Do I really sound like crap?
Yeah.
Everybody out there, tell me if I sound like crap. Or tell me if
You're very nasally.
Tell me if I sound more crummier than normal. How about that? Okay, fair enough. Either way. Now, let's talk.
Look at the comments, by the way. Yes. Mike sounds sick.
Wow. Okay. Well, I do apologize.
You're nasally.
Back the nasal. Back the hard A. I do like that. That's very good. Okay. Now, we're going to talk a little bit of baseball going forward here. But first, Jason Shear, we need to talk about the meltdown that is occurring on the Wildcat Authority board. This is the most ridiculous thing ever. Now, listen, not everybody likes me. I know that might be hard to believe.
No, I've never seen anyone that dislikes you.
All right. You might not have seen anybody, but I've come across people that do not like me. This guy on the board does not like me. He has made a vendetta against me every time I post. His thing now is that Henry Vasar, he is sure was better than Dylan Anderson. And he was saying that, and again, I'm going to bring this back to something that is important here in just a second. And he was saying that, well, Sheer and I are relying on reports from 6 months ago at an open practice. No, that is not how this works. This is not how it works. Believe it or not, Henry Vasar was fully healthy. Dylan Anderson did not leave because Henry Vasar was ahead of him. Now the coaching staff does like Henry Vasar, but Sheer, tell the people exactly why. Why is this taking off on your board? No, Kilroy. It's the name is Meltdown 181, I believe, or Lockdown 181.
Meltdown. First of all, Dylan left because look, it's not being afraid of competition. He was under the impression that Henry was going to transfer. We were all under the impression that Henry was going to transfer, and he's going to get paid handsomely by another school, probably more than he would have made at Arizona. So That's just the name of the game now. But he was ahead of Henry. I know that's what you really want me to say. It wasn't based on a 15-minute practice that I saw 6 months ago.
And you haven't talked with anybody around the program since then, correct?
Here's the best way that I could say it. If Arizona had, let's say everyone was injured, there were no redshirts, and Arizona had to choose one player in the front court to put into a game between Henry and Dillon, it would have been Dillon every day of the week.
All right, now people are asking, where is Dillon going to go? By the way, this is such a cult hero. Dillon's going to have options. And again, we'll get back to real stuff here in just a second. Dillon's going to have options. Xavier's in on Dillon. Washington's in on Dillon. Creighton is in on Dillon. He won't go to GCU. It appears that there are certain players on the roster that might not mesh well with Dillon. And with Dillon, it is about getting the best out of Dillon.
I think the best, I don't know if he's going here. I'm not like keeping tabs on the recruitment every hour, but I think the most effort being put in right now is probably by Washington. When you fly an assistant and your head coach to go meet with Dillon.
There now? I don't even know who the coach is.
Sprinkle. Danny Sprinkle.
Oh, the best name, Danny Sprinkle. That's right. Go ahead.
Want to know, by the way, you want to know the hot rumor? This is for you. You'll like this. So normally a guy follows his coach to a new school, right?
Right.
Supposedly the numbers being thrown around for your boy Great Osibor are so ridiculous that there's a legit chance Washington can't even afford him.
Wow. No, Dillon's not a drama queen. Dillon.
Whoa.
Brad
Rich. A little bit with the bike. But that was you being a drama queen for him.
That was me. But again, we will, as long as he goes to the right school, we will root for Dylan Anderson. Though this is correct.
The right school being not ASU.
Well, duh. Yes, exactly. All right, now let's get back to some Henry Vasar. Let's talk about Henry Vasar. Here's where I'm at with Henry. I don't expect much out of Henry, but there is one thing about Henry that does intrigue me a little bit. The shot blocking. I think Henry can be a pretty good shot blocker. Now, obviously Tommy Lloyd is keeping him around because, obviously there is a lot to, he likes Henry, but that's where I'm at though with Henry. I think Henry could have a pretty good possibility as a shot blocker. How about that?
You're so mean. Tommy Lloyd, there's two players that Tommy Lloyd is significantly higher on than I think the average Arizona fan. One is Henry, two is Conrad. All right. Tommy absolutely believes that these guys could play. I'm not even sure if his entire coaching staff agrees with him on these guys, but Tommy is all in. Now, to Tommy's credit, I'm not sure the entire coaching staff agreed on KJ Lewis. And Tommy was adamant that he would play as a freshman.
Do you think that how much of that, let's be honest here, how much of the KJ Lewis impact was Tommy Lloyd watching the AZ Wildcats podcast and slapping you around and agreeing with me?
Most of it, I would assume. But look, I think, who does it hurt if Henry spends one more year?
Nobody.
And if he's not good, he winds up being your 10th guy, and he transfers after next year anyway.
Right.
My goal is you avoid having 4 Henrys, where you just don't know. And I think they accomplished that by not having Morauskas, not having Philly B. Now you got to add 2 guys that can.
Yeah, but here's where I don't get it. We're selective with the roster filler, it appears. We get rid of Philly B. By the way, what a terrible offseason for me so far. It doesn't.
It really has been.
It really doesn't get any worse than this. We lose Philly B. We lose Dillon. Then we lose BBN, Big Bill Norton. I must have done something wrong. Maybe this is Meltdown 101's karma coming back at me. I don't know. But either way, I probably deserve this. It's been a tough offseason for me.
Who leaving in the portal for football would just end you? Speedy, right?
Fam, by a mile.
But I would be shocked. That one would surprise me greatly. He's had a hell of a role this spring.
And you know what? Let's be honest. He should have a hell of a role. He deserves it.
Yeah, great family. Met his dad. Great dude. Everyone loves that family. Yes. I'm all in on family.
Speedy's looking pretty jacked, too. He's got a little bit of that Mike Luke look going on now.
Yeah.
Right now, Kobe Thiel. We're going to get to Kobe Thiel. All right. But I don't understand. Why are we keeping some roster filler but not other roster filler? We're getting rid of Dillon. Or not Dillon. No, not
Whoa, Dillon. Come on.
Good thing Jacob Franklin is not here. But why in the world are we getting rid of Philly B but not Conrad if we're just getting rid of roster filler?
Because Conrad really wants to play and believes that he can play. Conrad or Philly B did. Conrad is okay with giving it another year and seeing if he can take that next step. Like Morauskas wants to play ASAP and try to make money ASAP because my man is
got a family, probably got grandkids on the way.
Philly B wants to play.
Right. All right, I get it. Philly B is a chucker. Do we think that I actually think that Philly B is going to have some?
I could see Philly B averaging 10 points a game and letting up 40.
Yes, exactly.
That's what happened in the international trip. He was like 11 or FIBA. He was like 11 for 28 for like 24 points, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, this guy's going to be so good."
Yes, exactly. All right, now so Philly B. All right, so I guess we'll see this with Conrad Martinez. I do not see Conrad Martinez being a Big 12 caliber point guard, but we shall see. All right, Caleb Love.
Oh, by the way, real quick, I'm sorry. They just dropped the documentary part 1. Right? So for those wondering about Noah and T-Mac, can you imagine dropping the documentary the day before the transfer portal opens and then them leaving?
You know what I don't get about this whole Noah? Yes, you're right. You know what I don't get about this? Jedd is telling many, many people, I've had 2 people that I trust very, very much, that he is going to get T-Mac.
Yeah. Noah isn't the guy anymore. He is absolutely telling people that he will get T-Mac.
He is. I've had multiple people tell me this, and I will just say that Jedd Fisch, you are a sleazy salesman. You do not get this. We do not want anybody in smelly, rainy Seattle. By the way, it is amazing on Twitter. Whenever I tweet out about smelly, rainy Seattle, they get so defensive about it. Why do you care what I say about a city I've never been to?
People just are very protective of their city.
Right. I was at Grant and Oracle today. Very talking.
I don't know if that's hood. I don't know if that's
not hood. It's not hood. It's tough.
Okay, but it's not
Jack in the Box and that little smoke shop next to it
with the Circle K. Yeah, that Circle K is iffy. I don't stop.
It adds integrity to it.
And then the strip club right behind the Circle K.
Yeah, but again, it is I got gas there today, and the reason I went and got gas is because I am part of the inner circle for Circle K. So again, you will. But either way, that is a tough.
By the way, though, the taco place across the street, El Rustico, is very good.
Is that good? I've heard that's really good.
It is. It's legit.
Okay. All right, now let's talk, and we're gonna get back to. Let's see here. You know what? I've been wanting to do this for a while. Let's talk some Arizona baseball. All right, drum roll, please. Drum roll, please. Jason Shearer has been very much out on Chip Hale. I almost said Chip Kelly. Chip Hale from day one. He does not like Chip Hale. Also, Kobe Thiel does not like Chip Hale as well. I like Chip Hale. I've always been a big Chip Hale fan. This is true.
But let's clarify why. Why are you a Chip? It has nothing to do with Chip Hale.
Of course, it has everything to do with Chip Hale.
Dave Hickey, the best was Brian Peterson asked me the other day. He goes, Mike, why is Mike like Chip Hale so much? I was like, because Dave Hickey hired him. He's like, no, really? I go, yeah, no, that's why. Dave Hickey hired him. That's it.
But again, Dave Hickey is on a hot streak with hires. Was on a hot streak with hires. But Chip Hale has done a good job, Shearer. You guys make it out like Chip Hale is the worst coach, like he's Rich Kotite or something. He's gotten into the postseason 2 years, and right now Arizona is on a torrid streak.
So, to Chip Hale's credit, I think a lot of coaches have this issue in college athletics. You need to be able to fire and hire coaches when it comes time to do that. And Dave Lawn is a very nice guy. People loved him, and he wasn't the dude. He just wasn't. Chip Hale goes and hires Kevin Vance from Boston College. That head coaching job opened up. A lot of people thought Vance would get it. He didn't get it. Vance is a monster. Like, he is I'm under the assumption that Arizona's only having him this year because either A, they can't afford him and he'll go somewhere else, or B, he's just going to get a head coaching job somewhere. The numbers that this pitching staff has are insane for college baseball.
All right. Now, why doesn't Arizona make him the coach in waiting, perhaps?
There has been some discussion that they could make him the coach in waiting at Arizona. The problem is, he needs a raise. And in college baseball, it's not like coordinators, right? if you give Vance a raise, you got to give Chip Hale a raise. So this will actually be Desiree's first test is what do you do with Chip and what do you do with Vance? You got to keep Vance, which means you got to give him a raise, but you can't get him so he's so close to the head coach, which means you got to get Chip a raise too. It's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, but we do agree, though, that so far he knows about putting the right people under him, and Arizona could be a real problem this year. Also, Kobe Thiel tweeted at me yesterday saying that he misses Jay Johnson. Well, Mr. Tyler Warden, the great Tyler Warden. By the way, you need to follow him on Twitter. Like I always say, he puts a lot of really good stuff out that I steal and give him next to no credit for. Just a reminder that Arizona is ranked and LSU is not. This is something to know, Kobe Thiel. Think about that. Think about that. Sheer, either way, are you in on the My Bad Chip Hale movement?
Not yet. Not yet. I'd like to see them make a little noise in the postseason. Is that fair?
Okay. All right. Fair enough. But you are at least
Yeah. I'm more for Chip than I was last season. That's for sure.
Here's what it comes to with Arizona baseball. You've just got to follow my lead. When I put something down, my record right now with Chip Hale is flawless. When everybody else was saying no, Chip Hale, I was saying yes, Chip Hale. Jason Shearer,
and look, you did a great job of Googling who Kevin Vance was the other day. It was very effective.
This is not true. This is not true. My father's name is Vance as well. So I was immediately, the second he was hired, I was immediately intrigued by it. Either way, my bad Hale. Jason
My
Shearer.
bad, Vance.
What's that?
My bad, Vance.
All right. How far away are we from a my bad Chip Hale movie?
I said if they make a little run in the postseason, they have some success, I'll do it.
All right.
I don't want to see another regional loss. Is that fair?
All right, fair enough. All right. So you're holding Chip to a higher standard now.
Give me a super regional. That's fair.
Right. Okay. Now, Pacifico Light, great name. I stand with Mike on Chip Hale. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be saying that they were wrong on Chip Hale. By the way, this dog, we need to talk about this dog for a minute. This dog is not a pug.
Dude, here's why people think he's a pug.
He's not a pug.
Look at the tail.
You're showing his ass.
Yeah, look at the tail.
I don't care.
That's the one that said it was a pug. He's got a vet appointment later. We're going to ask again.
He's a Basenji.
No, he's definitely not. Dude, he's growing too.
He's a Basenji.
He's like 3 times the size of what we got him. He's not a Basenji. Because look at the face.
He is a Basenji.
He's got the grumpy face.
Oh, I'm telling you, that is not a pug. I love how Shear shows the picture of his butt. It says, see, proof.
Oh, watch. Get in there.
See that? I've been in Oracle and Grant all morning. I don't need to see this. Exactly. You can get a genetics test. Kilroy.
Yeah, that costs $150, dude.
I got my... Oh, no. Sheer, some things you need to do. I got my parents a DNA test. I got my sister for Christmas because I am a very good brother. I got my sister a DNA test kit for her pooches, and you have to mail it off and everything.
What does that do? Who cares?
She did.
Now that she knows what type of dog it is, does that change anything?
No, she was just more curious if they were siblings or not.
Oh. Yeah, I'm very curious what type of dog he is. It's like $150 though.
So you're just
not cheap. But like, what is it? What do I care?
All right, fair enough. Erica Day Snapchatting me. Will not be looking at this while I am on air. But guess what?
Oh, what is it?
Ooh. Erica, should I open this on air? Ooh. But in the meantime, guess where I was on Saturday, Jason Shear?
Country Thunder.
No, Friday, excuse me. I was at the Gila River Resorts and Casinos dropping off an extension cord to the great Jacob Franklin's team. And the Gila River Resorts and Casinos, they have a Topgolf in there?
I did not know that. Is that new?
It's very, very cool. So I went in there and I took hold on, it says, hold on, Erica Day. It definitely says, hold on, I'll prove this to you that you're wrong. But I was in there, the Gila River Resorts and Casinos, the cool little wave. We like the cool little wave. And there's a lot more there. Check out the Gila River Resorts and Casinos, my friend. And a fun, immersive experience. You do you at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Visit playatgila.com for more details and Illegal Pete's. Sheer, when was last time you were at Illegal Pete's?
Very recently. I have to let my dogs out. They're going nuts.
All right, I'll read this. You go let them out. Okay. All right, illegal Pete's. Well, when you're showing your dog's butt the whole time, then it probably has to go to the bathroom. Illegal Pete's, though, another fun, immersive experience and all kinds of good stuff. Illegal Pete's. Now, Illegal Pete's is here to bring you a win with their legendary sound check deal. Bring in a ticket stub from a ticketed event and get a draft beer or house margarita for a penny. Illegal Pete's wants to celebrate with you, whether it's a pregame or postgame party. They got you covered on all the game day needs. Must purchase an adult entree to redeem Illegal Pete's sound check deal. Illegal Pete's, your go-to spot for burritos, buddies, and beer. All right, this is called a lie from Erica Day. Look at this. Look at this. What does this say? Hold on, let me make sure there's nothing on.
Yeah, make sure she didn't send nudes or anything.
This is not good. This is not good. Hold on. Oh, hold on this. And we're going to get back to real talk here in a second. Can you see what this says?
Erica. Yeah, Erica.
Right.
Right there.
Literally right 5 minutes ago. So you will not lie you'll not lie on my watch. All right. Caleb Love. I was talking with a couple people. Here's where it's going to be with Caleb Love, and here's where I believe this is how this is going to play out. This is just a guess. Again, everything is fluid. So if this doesn't happen, you blame Jason Shear. You don't blame me. Oh, by the way, Maxwell, we are going to make fun of the burned out Jedd in just a second. But Caleb Love, I believe, is going to test the NBA waters. When he doesn't get the feedback that he likes, I believe that he is going to come back and he is going to back the A. I believe he will be back at the U of A. Again, fluid, could be totally wrong, but I do believe there's a very good chance he will be back.
There is a very, very real chance.
Real time chance.
Yeah, like it is a legit thing where the coaching, this isn't like, a lot of times you hear the fake thing like, oh, he might come back. No, this is real. Like he loves U of A. He's not after the biggest bag of money. He actually feels like he owes something to Tommy for taking the second chance on him. This is a real thing.
He's being taken care of.
Yeah. By us.
Yes. He is being taken care of. By the way, can you pull up that Dud tweet? This is very good. I don't think Dud's tweeted since then. You should be able to find this. This is very, very good. But again, Rick Trimmer, great name, by the way, Rick Trimmer. Love that name, Rick Trimmer. Great to have Caleb back. Totally agree with you. If he does come back, again, do not get ahead of ourselves here. Sheer, do you have this tweet yet?
My dog's losing his mind. Hold on.
Okay, hold on. Back the array. Let's get some of these comments in here. They're coming in hot and heavy.
I think he deleted it.
Dud? No way.
Dude, I can't find it.
All right. Well, either way, he was talking about keeping your grimy hands off of.
Yeah. I got it.
All right. Yeah, go ahead.
Heard tonight at McHale. This is January 17th. January 17th. That Jedd and the coaches he took to Washington are having improper contact with the Wildcat players they'd like to lure to Seattle. Once they're in the portal, swell. Otherwise, keep your cheating mitts off our guys. It's been going on for 3 months.
Yes, exactly. And somebody like Dud can be a little bit surly. I think that's fair.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have put that out there.
He's not putting that out there if he doesn't have a very good idea about what is going on now. Okay, let's see here. Back the array. Very good point. All right, and then we're going to get back to, I was staying at the Great Wolf Lodge and got tired of swimming, so I went to the Gila River across the street and got smashed. Back the array. I would expect nothing less from the great Back the array. Okay, now let's talk BBN.
Mike, your boy Malik Dia. I know you love him. He just committed to Ole Miss.
Another one of those fake stretch players that he might shoot a 3 a game, and you're like, well, he's going to stretch the court, so you got to have him. You got spacing. BBN. You do not believe the BBN is a loss for Arizona. I believe the BBN is a loss for Arizona. Sheer, why are you wrong?
I'm not wrong.
Huh. Well, go ahead.
What do you mean? I think Bill's good. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he's a bad player at all. I think take this the right way. Okay, Mike.
You're going to get personal here. I can see it.
You have a tendency, and I think you'll agree with this, that when you like a player, you overrate him a little bit.
Never.
Right. Dylan, a little bit. We'll see. But right. Cam Denson.
How about KJ?
Right. KJ, when you like a play, yeah. But I'm saying, like, and you're right sometimes, for sure. I think Bill is good. You like him personally, right? Like, it's like a thing, right?
He's a beast, yes.
Right. I think he's good. Do I think he's irreplaceable? Not at all. Right. Like, I think that some of Arizona's biggest surprises this spring are at his position. They need depth badly at the position. Don't get me wrong. But Chubame and Isaiah Johnson have been really good this spring. Right. And so it's like, to me, it's a loss, but it's not like, oh, we're like, this changes everything.
This is really this. I think Ryan Mitchell puts this very well. BBN feels like a culture loss.
But he is here's the thing with the transfer portal, right? He bitched about the video, right? Let's just be honest, right? He puts out a video.
Right, though.
Hold on. He puts out a video and he takes a shot in his caption of the guys that left, right? He says that we got the jokers out of the deck. He takes a shot on the dudes that left to Washington. And that was in late February. We're not even 2 months past that video, and he's one of those dudes that left.
Do you believe, though? Well, they also
I'm not insulting. I'm just saying, like, that's the transfer portal. Like, it's
they also have him running with the twos, though. Come on.
They didn't have him running with the twos. He was with the ones.
He was
No, he was with the ones. He was just rotating more.
All right. One thing, though, that I do have to say about it, I am not happy about losing BBN. I think Brad Rich puts this really, really good, or really, really well, excuse me, where he says, hold on, let's find BB. I really did kind of turn him into a cult hero around here.
Yeah. Like,
all right. BBN, locker room guy, leader, good on the field. I'd say it's a loss, but we have some talent to replace him with Isaiah Johnson. We got to talk about. That was one player that I did not understand why nobody was talking about him. Sheer, you got to give me credit on Isaiah Johnson.
So first of all, he's huge. Like, he is a large man, but he was injured a lot. And so, like, and I had heard, I think it was last year, someone else said, like, he's actually pretty good. Like, he's got a real shot next year. But then he got hurt in his foot and blah, blah, blah. He's healthy, knock on wood. He's a monster. Like, he's got to be one of the strongest dudes on the team.
Yes. And so, Sheer, do I get credit if he turns out to be good?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. You deserve credit for everything, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. All right, speaking of which, we deserve credit for Kylan Boswell is off to Illinois. I think that's a good fit for. I
was just talking with the Illinois site. I gave him the truth.
What'd you say? I
said if he gets his stuff together, I think he's actually going to be pretty good for them.
Right. Brad Underwood and Kylan is going to be an interesting combination.
Yes. You want someone that's going to hold him accountable. We'll see.
Right, exactly. All right, now, I would believe the BBN is probably going to go to Texas. That is the rumors going around. He obviously
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Arizona expects him to go to Texas. That may change, but that's it. He actually, I didn't realize this. He became good friends with Tia Savea. Like, they got close when they were there. He likes dancing. Texas badly needs an interior defensive lineman. I would expect him to wind up at Texas unless someone comes through with a crazy bag.
When BBN is a third-round pick next year, will you apologize?
Sure. Third-round pick. Get out of here.
Oh, you think he's going to be higher?
Third-round pick.
All right, let's see here.
Tyler Warden, it means that the player can contact anybody he wants, but the school cannot contact the kid directly.
So
it means Takario knew where he was going if he didn't go to Arizona.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Why isn't Tommy recruiting the portal?
He's just done. Yeah, he's not recruiting anyone.
It's basically Trey Townsend or bust.
Yeah, it's done. It's over. And if they don't land Trey Townsend, I heard they're going with 4 players.
They're going to go with 4 players next year. They're going with the Bobby Hurley approach.
Guys, just look. I hate admitting that I don't know stuff.
He's very secretive. The Tommy gun is very secretive.
I didn't know how serious they were about Jaden Bradley until Tommy in person told me, by the way, you might want to watch Jaden Bradley. And they added him like the next day. Like, that's how Tommy works in the portal. That's how things are these days. It just is. Trey Townsend is very likely not the only one they're recruiting in the portal. It's just the only one that we know about. And really the only reason we know about it is because he told a paper in Michigan. That's it.
By the way, you know who has not returned to my text?
Yeah, he's not returning anyone text.
Murph, I'm not happy with you right now.
I'm dead serious. The coaching staff goes into like a hole this time of year, which is fine.
Yes. All right. What was the question for Back the A-Ray? Back the A-Ray, great question here. Always great questions. Does it work the same where the transfers are going to be submitted at 5 p.m.?
Yeah, I would assume, but they're going to tweet. Tomorrow, you're going to see so many tweets, your head's going to spin.
All right. Sheer,
Someone compared this at 24/7. This is the new signing day. It,
right.
it literally is the new signing day.
Joson Sanon. Let's get to Joson Sanon. Sheer keeps getting off track. Joson Sanon had a very impressive weekend this past weekend. This is true, Jason Sheer.
Yeah. So it's actually really cool. He doesn't have to play. It's a surprise that when you have a 2024 kid, most likely playing an AU season a couple months away, but he wants to get in some ball, right? And he was really good, like really good this past weekend. He's good. There's no doubt about it. He is a very good basketball player.
Is there something to it when a kid's commit to Arizona that they actually go down in the rankings? Why has this happened?
No, that's not what happens.
Is there a vendetta against Arizona?
Yes, absolutely. I'm the leader of it.
Against Arizona?
Yeah. If you commit to Arizona, I plummet your ranking to act as a motivation for college. It worked with KJ. You're welcome. And now it's going to work with Sanon.
All right. Now, we also need to talk about, everybody's worried about Arizona losing players in the portal. But one thing that we also need to figure out here, that we also need to talk about, is Arizona. And people, I love all of you. I have no information on Koa Pete. I get asked about Koa Pete every single day. I have no information on Koa Pete.
He's just quiet. He's just quiet. He's just quiet with his recruitment. He's going to visit and he's going to commit and he's not going to blow it up. He's not one of those guys.
All right, Game Time, though. If you wanted to go watch Koa Pete, maybe you should check out Game Time. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code PHNX for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply again. Create an account and redeem code PHNX for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices, guaranteed. Okay, let's see here. Where were we going with this? Arizona's going to get players. So you were talking about this before. And let's talk a little bit about San Jose State, a defensive tackle that if he possibly were to enter, we're just speculating, Jason Shear. Do you think that he would be good?
I hate doing this. But yeah, I mean, you got to assume if a guy like Toya or one of San Jose State's better players enters the portal, Arizona is probably the leader. I will say this. There's some things that have kind of raised an eyebrow for me in terms of maybe players that Arizona is preparing to lose. I know that there's a receiver in the portal as a grad transfer, for instance, that Arizona's already contacted. And you say to yourself, well, why would they recruit a receiver? I don't know. You would assume they think they're going to lose one. I'll say his name because I think he's in the portal. Justice Ross Simmons left the football team. Colorado State. He's a guy I would watch. I don't know if they've contacted him directly, but Justice Ross Simmons was a sophomore in Colorado State. The implication
that is his last name Ross Simmons.
Ross.
Oh, Ross Simmons. I thought you said Ross Simmons.
He caught 45 balls for 720 yards and 3 touchdowns last season, and he's 6'3".
He's from Inglewood as well, my neck of the woods. I like that.
Yeah, so that's a guy that I would keep an eye on.
All right, yes, we will keep an eye on that. Now, so there are going to be players. You got to remember this too. Arizona's got 15 scholarships to give out there, folks. This isn't something that Arizona's going to be able to get players. Yes, they're probably going to lose some players, but Arizona's also not just going to be sitting on their tushes, not getting any players, Jason Shear.
Yeah, it's like, that's always something that fans of every school do. Like, oh my God, we're losing guys left and right. You're adding guys too.
Yes.
Like Arizona's going to have 20 open scholarships. They're going to add probably like 17 guys.
Right. Yes, that is going to happen. Also, Justin Flo, got to talk about him again. Justin Flo.
You a little worried about him transferring again?
No, I'm not worried. I want to start a My Bad Justin Flo movement. I would love to start that.
He's one I would watch for. I don't think he'll transfer, but you never know.
You never know on one of those. So we will keep that. All right. Now, no better time to become a PHNX diehard. Go to gophnx.com. You can get all the stuff, the Discord, the discounted merchandise, all kinds of good things. Go and become a PHNX diehard. Also, Sheer, where can they find you?
WildcatAuthority.com, at Wildcat. At Jason Sheer on Twitter, and the Wildcat Scoop podcast with Shelby.
All right. A little bit of a shorter pod today. I'm not feeling the greatest in the world, so I am going to take something off. But also, this makes me feel happy each time I see this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at Sheer. Look at Sheer. Oh, look at this. Look at Kyle Dodd. All right. Look at me giving. And then look at these guys. This made my day. That was one of the coolest things I have ever seen. All right. On that note, though, we'll be back with you tomorrow. Everybody out there, I need to rest my voice. I sound like poo. But on that note, for Jason Shear, I'm Mike Luke. Thank you all for the comments. We'll be back with you tomorrow at 10:30. You've been listening to the AZ Wildcats podcast.
We all silly like the mayor.